I think that's kind of the motivation there. But yeah, I agree with you. I don't think Na'Vi were very likely to take it with the way that they opened the draft.
So, given that this will be then a core Naga Siren, you could feel kind of the tempo that the Energy Pacemakers want to do, obviously having a bit of a stall out, which they ironically went against in their first matchup that we were casting with Fogged. Is they went against Wings, and Wings were the Naga team, and they tried to kind of keep the pace up and be able to take it to them before Naga was able to hit that critical mass, but unfortunately they just couldn't finish what they started, and there was just that point when Naga got to do her Naga thing. So they have an Axe, which is good, creating space. Hopefully he's able to farm up that Blink Dagger and divert attention elsewhere away from the Naga. But Navi's lineup as well also seems very good and can peak much earlier than obviously a Naga would, and being able to contest and have a strong mid game. So based on that, I'm kind of liking Navi's lineup so far, but they definitely need to get something for Funnick here. We'll see what they do.
Yeah, and Na'Vi have been pretty well positioned, even if the Naga Siren manages to, say, get to a Radiance, assuming that it is going to be a core Naga. They've got some pretty decent ways to clear out illusions, plenty of nukes, and also just the initial Radiance harassment shouldn't matter too much in the face of the healing ward. So the Jugs are a really nice pickup for that reason as well, both for the Naga Siren Radiance harassment and also if the Ember Spirit's just spamming Sleight of Fist from the high ground, you can still maybe get up and do a little bit of decent damage. So I like Navi's lineup, but they do definitely want to try and get some ganking done with the VS in the line in the early game and just get that snowball rolling if they can.
And thank goodness they got the Skywrath Mage, because outside of that, it's tricky for them to even take down that healing ward. So they definitely need a bit of range to make sure they can take care of it. Otherwise, that pesky ward will really bite them on the ass. Here we go. Now, Clink's Funnick. He's one of the few that actually have been diving into this quite a bit recently. We saw it also at Star Ladder, and he's had some good success. It's when they know and have confidence that he's going to be able to get something done in the offlane. Typically when they do this, they like to go with dual lanes then, which we could very well see here. But, yeah, the Clinks has so much more options now with recent changes. Diffusal is something he could consider now that still also will now even stack with those Searing Arrows. And plus, having the Purge to remove a dust is kind of like a nice little bonus. But Desolator is also a new option. The Helm of the Dominators, maybe not something he goes for, but it adds bonus life to a creep. It's just all these fun little things that definitely add more to Clinks. And I like that Funnick is one of the few that have been using it in his offlane game.
Yeah, you've got more options than just the straight Orchid Rush these days, which is, pretty much what used to be the tried and tested build at all times. I think he still goes for the Orchid here, and I think the Clink's pick is mainly motivated in dealing with the Ember Spirit and just hunting him and putting pressure on him, because Ember can, not only is he great at dealing with push and dealing with split push, but split pushes decently himself, but whenever Clinks is off the map, he's just going to have to be terrified, assuming that Clinks gets that Orchid. And it's a hero that I've been expecting to see a little bit more of, but only a couple of teams picking it recently. So we'll see. Maybe it'll progress over the course of the tournament. We have been seeing lots of priority placed on picking up lots of physical damage, and Clinks kind of fits into that mold just fine.
The other nice thing they have going for him is being on that dire side and adding pressure to a hero, whether it's going to be like a Terror Blade or maybe a Naga Siren who's kind of fits the same profile, is you don't want them to even have a reasonably good early laning phase. Adding that extra aggression early certainly could help out. Even pulling out the aggro lane there at the bottom for him could work nicely, and Clinks would certainly not run into too much trouble in a top lane solo. Let's say if he's put up against the Axe. Axe will probably be able to farm a lot, but I don't think Clinks is going to be in a whole lot of trouble given he has good positioning. But here we go. Earthshaker is going to be the final grab. They could even run duels themselves to have that little bit of backup for Axe, but hero I love, man. You can hit on the dunkish potential. Now we got the dunks from Earthshaker and the dunks from Axe. I'm excited.
He's the linchpin. His Blink Dagger at a decent clip fall apart, so they need to, like you said, if they can, just to make sure that he gets the blink, and then they can start moving and creating space and prevent Na'Vi from being too scary, because I don't anticipate them being able to take 5-on-5s early on. Ember fights well in the early game, but Naga's probably just going to be sitting back and farming.
So we'll see if they can do it here. Na'Vi already on a nice 2-0 tear early on into this card matchup, as we will lead things off with a pause like you do. They did fall short quite a bit at Star Ladder. Were knocked out.
See,
Canceling like match 2.
And quickly on Na'Vi, we have Dendi on Magnus, no big surprise. Go Black's going to be on Lion. We've got Vanscore on Vengeful Spirit, Havost on Juggernaut, and finally up on the top lane we have Funnick Lynx. So it looks like it's going to be an aggro try out of Na'Vi. I think this is a pretty nice way to run things, and if you look at EP, they've brought very little regen to bottom lane, in fact. So these supports are going to have to leave, I think, and go and pressure elsewhere, but we'll see. Na'Vi may get the first blood before they even realize what's happening.
Yeah, they could be in for a rude awakening when they approach this bottom lane, and that's when it comes down to making the right call or audible to change things up, sack the lane a bit differently, or just kind of overall swap things around. So that's going to secure Havos with that bottom bounty rune. Fan's going to grab up the one there at the top. It's going to be what looks like the mid lane Naga here. Axe is already in the jungle, or they're actually already doing the swap around, it looks like here, as Luffy's heading towards the top lane. So good early call here from EP.
Yeah, they just saw Funnick on the edge of their ward vision on the top rune, and they realized, oh, they're putting the Clinks solo safe, and they're running aggro on us. So they're not even going to try and contest. They know that they've got way too little regen, and the Na'Vi Trilane has a lot of killing power, so they're just going to swap things up and go and try and pressure if they can.
This is probably still going to be a bit of a headache here for your Axe. He'll get bullied back quite a bit. He's just got to try to stay close enough to get a few of those levels, and then he can kind of step by in the nearby jungle to find a bit of farm there. So for now, though, we'll see if they're able to catch him out. They have plenty of lockdown with both Magic Missile and, of course, that Earth Spike. Blade Fury could certainly do a number, even on your big bad Axes. Here's going to be their first engagement. There's the stun. There's the second stun, but it's just a little too deep, even for Mr. 4. So he'll pull back.
Meanwhile, they've got the Earthshaker sitting down here. I like the decision. They do need to at least keep the Axe alive. Again, the Blink Dagger is the really important item for them to get their hands on. And Scarlet Mage already has some dust ready up on top lane, so he's keeping pressure on Funnick all by himself. So this is probably about as good as it could have gone for EP in getting these lane matchups.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit finicky here. Funnick can always step forward and get off a nice big fire arrow to get a little bit of extra CS there, but as long as Skywrath Mage is going to be around, he's going to keep dishing out those precious little arcane bolts. So cheap on mana, but such good damage. And Mad God, the cooldown is just so little. So and with that move speed, you're able to kind of juke and jive inside and outside the lane, maybe even getting off arcane bolts before Funnick can even retort with any sort of damage. So it's a good zoning factor right there. And well, here comes Vanscore, maybe looking to help out, but for now, just scouting out that 2-minute rune.
Yeah, Na'Vi doing a really good job just getting supports on both of those runes and realizing that it's probably going to be pretty difficult to do anything to Axe, especially since Earthshaker's just sitting in the fog the entire time, ready to counter-initiate with Fissure. So just going to split the lanes up and try and secure the early game farm.
That's always good. Earthshaker's great at initiating engagements with that long-range stun, but also great at breaking them up and being the combo breaker, preventing one from getting it inside. So Axe is now feeling a bit more confident with only the dual lane. He moves forward, he can take a bit of harassment and still has a salve and a couple of tangos to fall back on, but this will of course also push the lane in favor of Na'Vi and Havos. He will have to work on the CS under the tower, but it is free CS and also will be extra XP even for your Lion. Now that's going to be a dual lane, so another audible play here as we go to the 2-1-2. Let's touch base on mid lane here. Dendi, 15-2 on his Magnus. In comparison, the Naga Siren, 11-0. So Dendi is taking control on this mid lane pretty well.
Yeah, I think he's managed to skewer the Naga around twice so far this lane, and he just keeps looking for it. So Van's actually a little bit afraid and keeps playing back and just trying to come in and CS with the Riptide. So Dendi doing a really good job here.
Oops, stun out. They want Luffy. Do they have the right click? He pops the Flame Guard. Oh! Brings him down to about 20 life, but he pops that salve quicker than you can say salve, I guess, and he's going to be A-okay. Now he's moving back the other way, and Funnick is going to be pulled out the Skeleton Walk, but they got the dust. They get the chains. The Arcane Bolt missile is not going to be enough, and first blood goes to EP against Na'Vi. Funnick goes down. Nice return kill right there for EP to just salve up and go right back in.
Yeah, and all 3 lanes doing pretty well. Axe, 18 CS, Ember's got good farm, and well, Na'Vi, they kind of have kill potential on top lane again. I don't think they have a ton of kill potential on bot, and Dendy's probably not going to kill this Naga Siren unless he RPs and skewers her back into the tower.
That magic stick just saved Skywrath's life right there. One more auto attack would have been just enough from Funnick. Even at level 2, those Searing Arrows pack an extra 40. Now, Skywrath Mage is one of the flimsiest ones in the game with like negative armor at the start. He's got to be careful with his positioning. So he gets brought back to base. He'll have to do the long walk of shame on out. But like you said, Axe, as you can see, bullying Havost, even pulling out the call here. He's got to get help from Goblak. He is just doing A-okay. He's 24-1. He's got a good start. Eventually, if stacks are going to be built up in the jungle, he'll get a good timing on his Blink Dagger. And the turning point for Na'Vi just might have to be Dendy on the Magnus. He's got his level 6 now, though he's now leveled up the ultimate there and got his arcanes. Let's see if he looks to maybe venture out from this mid lane and make something happen.
Funnick kind of has the option to go slightly more early game on his build and start making things happen, but I think he's pretty content to just sit and farm for now. The most called bottom.
Oh, the fissure does catch on the bottom, so he will just Blade Fury out. Oh, he is going to be walking away with about 50 life. Had that fissure maybe been on the north side of him, things could have been pretty different, but unfortunately not going to be the case. Walks back, drops down the healing ward, and he's going to be fine. So another close call there. Meanwhile, top lane, they pop the dust. They want to go on Funnick. Another chains catch, and they take him down. Back-to-back drops of Funnick. Now EP are going to be 2-0 against Na'Vi.
This is not the start that Funnick was hoping for at all. He's also just building straight towards Orchid, so I think he's already pretty heavily committed, even just going for the double Sage's Mask to start working his way in there. And Vost again in trouble bot, but
yeah,
just manages to sneak out.
Took a bit of harassment. The Fissure this time was able to block him in, but he just kind of Blade Furied right towards that Earthshaker. And on the way out, he'll grab a Bounty Rune, as I'm sure he'll be able to turn the corner, go back to lane. But, yep, you see the move on to Skywrath Mage there. They finally get the redemption, and they finally get themselves on the board. And of all people, Funnick was able to grab that kill. Certainly needed that one as he prompts himself back in the lane. He's got those 2 Sobi Masks, or Sage's Max, I suppose. He's going to go right for the Orchid, which you called out. Probably the best grab for him in this game. So whether or not he makes a good quota time on picking it up, I'm sure he'll be happy to put it to strong use in the mid game.
Yeah, he's just kind of signaling that he's probably going to be sitting up here on top and farming for a while. Some Clinks players prefer to, either get a Bottle or a Soul Ring and treads and then just start moving around, pressuring, controlling runes, and trying to get kills with the supports. But looks like Na'Vi are making the call that Funnick's just going to be up here, and they really want that Orchid. We've talked about how great it is against the Ember and the Naga, but even against Axe, if you just manage to silence him after he jumps in and calls somebody, prevent the dunk, keep that person alive, heal them back up with the healing ward, something like that. It's even great there.
Pump faking this call right here, keeping Havost guessing before moving in for any CS. To see how at this point Axe is able to kind of hold his own in the lane. He's got near 1,600 gold, so he's making good timing for a Blink Dagger as well. But here we go, Fissure and Skywrath Mage is debuted, and that's the quickest head chop I've ever seen. Goblak taken down immediately. The Lion has been slain, and 3-1 now. As Energy Pacemaker, man, this is the early makings of a good start, maybe towards a second upset for him, as they've already taken out Power Rangers. And we'll see. Dendy's been quiet on his Magnus so far, just persistent in farming against this mid lane. We'll see how long he wants to wait out. Maybe going right for the Blink Dagger before he makes his big impact.
Yeah, and Axe almost already has his Blink, just going to create a couple more camps and grab it. They can start giving bottom lane farm to the Skywrath Mage and the Earthshaker. So things are looking really good for EP on all fronts really right now.
See a frustrated Dendy skewering towards Fan, who already was able to grab up the regen, though it was going to be reserved on for now. Been also quiet this game, but after already getting the Aquila, this is probably the farming point for her, where she goes for the Sacred Relic. Maybe could have handed off. Oh no, Axe has his Blink Dagger already, doesn't even need that stack, so he walks away, lets Naga have it right there. She'll be able to put up that regen and be able to go back in. And Luffy for the top lane now, 26-9. It's not the easiest game for this Ember. He's going to have a slower start than most, but he's for now just trying to throw together some phase boots.
Yeah, they might shuffle him down towards the bottom lane before too long if he wants to get some dedicated farm. I think he's potentially just sticking up here on top that Axe can make his way up and they can look for some additional kills since Amber's got a lot of damage at this stage, has his ultimate, has Flame Guard, so he's more than ready. And EP actually just going to be targeting Dendi on mid, realizing that he's Navi's big avenue back into this game.
Oh, there's the blink. Jumps in, and this is a quick dunk. Oh, the threshold! He's good! He skewers him back, but it's not going to be enough, obviously, as they've had plenty of life. So they managed to finish off Dendi right there. There's a brief converge onto Luffy in this top lane, but they haven't gotten a hold of him yet. Now Goblak sees him, turns into a frog, and got to get the hell out of there. Skywrath Mage shows up, so another nice pick right there with Axe getting that Blink Dagger. Navi got to be walking on eggshells at this point as long as Axe is missing on the map, and now he's going towards top lane. Oh, they remnant forward. They want Vance score. Silenced up. Arcane Bolt with the stun. Going to slow him down. Long Ball Fissure. It's going to do a little bit of extra damage, but EP have let them know that they are here and ready to fight. And Axe is just going to wait for an opportunity maybe to jump on in.
Okay, so they got 4 here. Havos doing the right thing, definitely just pushing out bottom lane since he sees that so many people have turned up top. So gonna try and get somebody down here or get some free damage on this tier 1. Though looks like Navi are just abandoning ship for now on top, so could just get a trade.
Oh, we say that. There's the jump in. Goblak gets scouted out. Plus, with that ultimate, he eats so much damage. Goblak turns back, gets the stun, and they get a nice return kill. And it's a double, a 2-for-1 special right there for Funnick. Oh, that was the best case scenario right there for Na'Vi. They play it very slow, wait back, and conveniently worked out very nicely as they were not able to finish off Goblak, and they get a couple themselves. But bottom lane, it looks like they make a ping out here onto Luffy, who will pull back. So just like that, things getting closer to even, 4-3. Pretty nice turnaround. Funnick is going to get his Orchid in really good time now.
Luffy, Vance score unfortunately just can't get through and get round for the stun. He hasn't revealed himself just yet though, so Ember may still end up dying.
No, he could jump right there. Magic Missile will still connect. He wants to get in there and dance with an Omni Slash. Does Havost. There he is. Got him. Chopped him down. Luffy will drop. And now it's going to be evened up 4-4 with the kill from the 4.
Song mid.
Oh, here we go. Axe is in there. Dendi, full Mystic Flare is going to take him down. Concussive shot now on to Goblak will slow him apart. Nuke damage coming out from the Arcane Bolt. They're going to run him down. Oh, he wants to hit him with 1 Enchant Totem. But the jump in dunk is what's going to get the job done. Very nice lay-in right there from 2. Fan score is nearby. More back and forth action here as EP are able to get a lot done. And Dendi, who'd been persistent in farming out that mid lane and paying it patiently, has now been picked off twice there. So he's being delayed a little bit from that Blink Dagger. And now Naga is going to be able to secure this mid-tier 1 tower.
Yeah, and unfortunately Dendi's all of their initiation at the moment as well. Lion hasn't had nearly the start that he would need to be able to get to any kind of timely blink. So unfortunately Dendi just has to keep kind of going back and farming, and Navi is still just waiting while Axe is already running rampant.
This is the time. He's got his Blink Dagger. I got dunks to do. It's 2-1 right now, and would love to get that score a bit up.
Funnick dusted, getting burned down, 1 more auto attack.
Yeah, they get him top
lane.
lane.
And he goes again.
It's the back end of that one, but it's just probably too gruesome for everyone's eyes. They get the quick catch up right there, but those supports, everyone having constant dust on hand. Funnick has got to be a little more careful, but all the meanwhile, they have a DD on Havost, and they took the easy opportunity to take down that Roche, pick up that Aegis, immediately smoke up, and they could end up beelining it right towards the top.
Let's grab, oh, poor Dendi, he's so close to his
God.
blink.
There's the jump in spin. Fissure stun, but the wand saves him. Him will not be in threshold, and he's going to live. He'll walk away just fine. Not enough follow-up damage right there. Couldn't get him down below that threshold, and he will be thankful to walk away and have that extra bit of gold towards the Blink Dagger.
Okay, things looking alright for Navi. They don't end up losing Dendi. Funnick's got his Orchid now, so he's ready to start moving and pressuring. Naga's still ridiculously farmed, 4.2k gold already, so the Radiance at this point is more or less secure. And Navi just have to hopefully start getting things going. The tier 1 mid is probably the biggest target for them right now. They want to try and restrict that the Naga's farming space as much as possible. And the Ember also needs the jungle quite a bit to start really getting going, since he doesn't even have his jump quite yet. He hasn't really been getting much priority from his team this game.
Dendi, who's now got his Blink Dagger, but the courier's out of base, so he has to wait a bit as they make the jump in onto him. He can't buy it. He gets the swap back. Sacrifice made there, but now with the net, he's going to be forced to skewer all the way back. And now he makes the purchase. Will secure the Blink Dagger, though they do lose the Vengeful Spirit. It's a good pick for them, but here comes Havos jumping in. Omni, it's towards the creep wave, though, and only level 1 will do moderate damage. So Naga just walks up to the north and gets away, and they're going to secure their escape with the song. So Navi's re-engagement here, not going to be happening, especially without Dendi having that blink on hand. So just a one-man takedown right there for EP in the mid lane. And Funnick scouting out Naga. Oh, he's got the Orchid. This is a free kill. Boop, boop, bop, boop, bang. Nice kill for him, but will he get away clean? Jump in from 2, locks him in place, and they'll get their dunk. A 1-for-1 trade. The Naga for Clinks, and Havos now coming in, pops his Mask of Madness, runs forward, now throws out the heal and gets the hell on out of there. But the jump forward, 2 connects with 2, and now he goes in, triple takedown, but now the Echo, return, swap back, dunk. There's your Aegis, already going to be taken apart. Advanced score now on the walkout, another dunk. Double kill for 2, looking for a third as he locks down and goes for Havos. He's got the 3. Oh my god, Energy Pacemakers have just full wiped Na'Vi.
This Axe hero, man, I'm telling you. There's a very good reason that we're seeing him picked so much at the moment. I can see what Na'Vi were going for there. It was definitely a very ambitious dive, but Dendi had the blink. It was probably urging his team to go in so he could try and drop a big RP, and there was almost an opportunity, then he got called at the very last second by Axe, so 2 making some really big plays here, and that's a really big setback for Na'Vi. You know, even though the Naga Siren died, it didn't really matter for her too much. Reddy has the Relic up on the Courier and just gonna take another minute or so to finish up the Radiance, so the pace is definitely slowing down for Na'Vi, and we still haven't even seen a real offensive RP yet from Dendi.
Yeah, that's still the waiting question here. A hero he's been playing a lot of as of recent really hasn't had the opportunity to shine in this matchup. And yeah, that all started with Funnick getting the nice little takedown of Naga, but once they got a hold of Funnick, maybe it's considering just letting it go, being a 1-for-1 trade, but maybe they felt confident with that blink and RP. Maybe it just wasn't ready quite in time, and now they paid a big price for not engaging when it was the appropriate time. And now Funnick gonna get that extra bit of empower damage. He is on a hunt to see if he can pick off anyone here as he heads towards the mid lane. He could cross paths with Skywrath Mage. Oh, hello, beautiful. How you doing? It only takes 4 shots to take down and roast that bird. Good grab there for Funnick. Gets a small bit of redemption from his previous pick down, but it's a start as Na'Vi will now pressure the top tier 1, which is already very low. He hits it once, but this is going to be now an easy deny. Good grab there for EP.
Yeah, just playing it safe. They definitely want to get this Earthshaker blink finished up. He's very, very close. In fact, it's actually been a really good game for the ES so far, but Na'Vi with the smoke.
Here we go. Jump in RP will connect on the one lone Earthshaker. That's a lot of hate for one cow, but he's got to go. And it will be another support takedown, though, for Na'Vi. Maybe just eager to finally do something with that RP. And I guess it's a victory for him, nonetheless.
Yeah, unfortunately, not as big as it could have been. Earthshaker did manage to finish up his blink before he died, so nice grab for him there. Na'Vi are doing a really good job of pressuring the map. They've got some good deep wards down. There's actually a bunch of sentries everywhere in the EP jungle, but they haven't managed to catch some of these wards. So well done to Go Black there, finding the openings.
Yeah, nice aggressive wards and interesting positions certainly help. I guess also just making sure they don't see, or maybe they could bait Funnick into an opportunity where he thinks he's going to get a solo pick and he doesn't know they actually have frickin' sentry wards all over the place. As I say that, he is going through the woods, and if they gain any remote vision, even with Naga's illusion, maybe they could bait out an opportunity to catch the little guy. So we'll see here as they are close. No smoke on hand though, so let's just see how they want to play this one out. Seems to be the pace. If they have to wait a bit, they're fine with that. Naga does have her Radiance now, so she's going to be able to be quite the nuisance in the late game, as we already saw in our first game today, where it was Wings who played a really good Naga. So we could see a potential late game Naga jug toe-to-toe.
Na'Vi grouping up on mid lane to see if they can make an attempt at this tier 1, but there's already a smoke.
Nice jump in call, plus the Mystic Flare. Swap back save from Vanscore will allow Havos to not live. He actually gets taken down with a nice Arcane Bolt. So with that, they've already dropped one. Chains onto both. Nicely set up. One kill there, another dunk over there, and it's just a 3-man drop. Oh my. Are we on the verge of another potential upset? Because the Pacemaker kids, they have got a good thing going right here. A lot of momentum built up with not even Naga really needed. She was there, she put out the song, but this Axe has been setting up so much, and now he sees Funnick, he moves in. Dendi shows up, helps out, and they do manage to take him down. Maybe a bit of overconfidence right there, but with Dendi nearby, Funnick was going to be alright. And, uh-oh. I say that. Gets netted. He's trying to TP out. The burn is not going to be enough. He will make it back home in a way. Dendi, the next one, does have a TP. Blinks out into a corner. Doesn't pop it yet. They got the wave. Oh boy, this is awkward. Skewers. Oh, the finger from Goblak up and above. Oh, actually kills Naga. I guess that was a nice little bait.
Yeah, both got out. Get 2 kills. About the best thing they could have asked for there, I think. But Navi's still not getting these objectives that they're really hoping for. This tier 1 mid still looms, and I guess Dendi does have his RP back up now, so hopefully Na'Vi group up a little bit and look for something. They had 3 heroes mid there when they got jumped, but Funnick and Dendi were, I think, all the way down in the jungle, so just getting a little bit ahead of themselves, printing up there.
You scout out and see Skywrath Mage doing that side camp, and they thought for a second about the jump in, but he'd been playing it pretty far back. But now they scout out bottom. Luffy could be in trouble as he pushes forward here. Oh, if they see him. He does get the Remnant back, but do they have enough lockdown? That's the question. We'll see. Not making the move just yet. They actually instead go top lane where they make the jump on the Funnick. The swap is there. Vanscore with the TP to the top lane is there to help out his buddy Funnick, and now they are the ones to go on the pursuit. RP catches Axe before he's able to walk in. He's still good. Skewer all the way back. He finishes off one. Now he pulls out the call. He's getting some nice spin luck, but it's not going to be enough. There is big damage that's able to come on through, and Vanscore secures that kill. Na'Vi claimed 2 of their own there, which started as an engagement attempt onto Funnick, and Vanscore with that quick retreat to the top. They help it out, and they turn around.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about these EP wards at the moment. On the one hand, I'm impressed that the Skywrath Mage made it all the way out here and managed to place them. On the other hand, I don't know how useful they are to them right now. I think it's somewhat optimistic. They're still just the Naga's game plan at the moment is still to just keep alternating between lanes, continue farming. She's not really looking to 5-man, and even these wards aren't even seeing necessarily all the TPs onto the tier 2 towers. So it's not great information in that sense.
Yeah, pretty awkward, and they're both pretty close to each other. So we'll see. But Goblak, okay. Swap is going to save him. Man, Vanscore's been a real player with that, helping out. And there's Luffy on the way out, but Havos looking to chop on forward. Chains are going to be there to hold them back, but Dendi says, I'm still going. Oh no, Blink's into trouble. Trying to skewer get the Skywrath Mage, now the assault's on him. Echo Slam, and he goes down. Now Omni Slash on the return, drops down 1, drops down 2. Havos with his own double. And now he looks to unleash a Fury on the tier 1 tower. They get that. Na'Vi come up big at the end of that fight. It just escalated pretty damn fast. It looked like for a moment Dendi might have gone too far, but it just continues to work out beautifully for them.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, Na'Vi slowly but surely kind of clawing their way back, getting favorable trades. Dendi dies, but not the biggest deal. Really nice to get that double kill on Havos. Almost immediately just picks up a Diffusal Blade as a result. Yep, there's the diffuse, so not only going to be great for any future Ghost Scepters, but there's actually already a Ghost over on Luffy to deal with the potential Clinks pickoffs. So that 1600 gold for the Ember just kind of went out the window.
And Funnick as well. He's been able to throw together a BKB on his Clinks. So this is going to get scary real quick. And EP might have to resort to more of a plan B style where it's just more on this Naga to try to bring it on back, but I don't know if she'll be able to do so. with Luffy, who doesn't seem to be able to match up as much as this Naga is. He's pretty low on the net worth chart, 7.4k in comparison to Naga, who's at 11.8k. Given it is a Naga, just feel like Luffy is not going to be as much of a factor with how much core potential is already building up on the side of Na'Vi.
Yeah, they started to prioritize the Ember Spirit, in my opinion, a little bit late in terms of giving him lanes to farm and making sure that he was safe. You know, the Earthshaker and the Skywrath Mage were much more interested in moving around with the axe and penetrate space. And even then, they were sort of giving the Naga Siren mid-bot and the Radiant jungle and just forcing Ember over into the off lane to continue farming up. So his impact as the game drags on is now starting to look a little bit questionable, and the Naga is still definitely not at the point where she's all that scary.
Ooh, Havos moves towards Skywrath Mage and takes him down pretty swiftly. Even pulls out the Diffusal just to make sure he can secure that one, and now they put their attention towards this tier 2. Lots of damage coming out from Funnick, and they get that tower. So their quick objective for them. Meanwhile, Naga is doing a bit of split push here at the top lane, adding pressure onto this tier 2. And it doesn't look like Na'Vi are looking to pull back quite yet. They, for now, there it is. So they will pull back and go in. Tower's pretty low. Glyph is going to be popped. He's going to try to Blade Fury it down and quickly deny it. Ooh, oh, nice deny coming out from Havos, even with the Naga illusions there.
I feel like the Naga hasn't been getting... Yeah, Na'Vi have been putting pressure on and been preventing, you know, EP from farming their own jungle, but the Naga's not really that far ahead on CS. I mean, we're talking 25 CS at this stage of the game when she's had the Radiance for, you know, a good 8 minutes or so. Goblak
Jump
getting
in
jumped.
on the Goblak, should be a quick dunk, and it is. Easy peasy right there for them as they get that nice little pick. Song forward, they want Vance score, they want to make it a nice 2 for support special. There's going to be the call, even a Mystic Flare and a dunk. A lot of hate right there as Vengeful Spirit goes down, but she does live on with that Vengeance Aura, giving them that little bit of a damage nerf, but still, EP are happy to take what they can get. Now Funnick frantically running out under Skeleton Walk, but with no gem, it's going to be tricky to really point out exactly where he is. So, you know, nice couple of picks right there for the energy pacemaker guys, regardless.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, still very back and forth, and again, not a whole lot of... Both teams warding very aggressively, so there's not a whole lot of vision around the river, and that's where we're seeing lots of people just, you know, getting caught off in awkward team fights and engagements.
Ooh, they tried to throw out a Dust to see if they can catch Funnick on the way in, but he just did not keep moving and parked himself by that neutral camp, so Dust blown, not going to be able to scout anything out. Naga now pressuring this top lane as the rest of EP blitzing all the way forward, seeing if they can get a quick grasp on the Dendi, but he is already on the way out, skewers himself up to the high ground, and will get away, just slipping away from EP. We're just trying to get anything they could. But they'll continue to farm up his Na'Vi. Havosa's got 2k gold after already having that Diffusal in St. Janyasha, so he is grossly farmed at this point. 15.4k and above the Naga. It's feeling pretty good for him. Plus they have Funnick very farmed up. They could just play this game slow at this point, as they probably have dominance over Roche if they want to go for the Aegis, because getting a win like this, we talked about before, on the side of Na'Vi could put them into the 3-0 category and pretty much almost secures a spot for them into the main stage. So getting a win here would be very, very big for them.
Yeah, and we're just right now kind of seeing the power of Funnick's Clinks and just Clinks in general. He's got the farm to really be able to pick off anybody on the map. Naga's got her Manta style now, so she's a little bit less vulnerable and she can play things a bit more aggressively. But the rest of the team are just terrified. All 4 heroes clustered together, nobody off doing their own thing, and really just staring down the Na'Vi push.
Na'Vi now will pressure this bottom lane as the Glyph is going to be popped. See, Funnick is top lane, maybe scouting out an opportunity to make a go onto Naga, but that leaves a weak defense here, and it looks like Havos is going to be able to get his tower. Secures it with a Blade Fury, and they walk away. So they continue following up with objectives, and it's going to be a butterfly grabbed here from Havos. It's a nice grab for him. It's not like this Naga is going to be able to... I mean, if she goes down that typical Naga cookie-cutter path... Uh-oh, she catches Funnick here, throws out the net. A little bit of burn damage, but, you know, MKB isn't the typical Naga get-up. We'll see if Fan is going to be forced into getting that extra bit of reliable damage now against Havos.
It's just not even really worth building. And the other thing is, Havos is itemizing around Empower perfectly by just building as much agi as he can to get the maximum benefit.
Jump in RP. Now they scoot Luffy back, who's able to remnant on home, but 2's still going to be there. Pops his Blade Mail, and the Omni Slash comes out and swiftly takes down 2. As Havost continues to push on forward. Dendi now leading the charge. Funnick shows up. There's going to be the finger on the Luffy. Luffy now tries to go to the high ground, pops his ghost to get away, and the song is not going to help out poor Luffy, as he will still drop. Buyback now even comes out from 2, and Na'Vi are like, okay, we're good with that. We're out. Well, at least for now. Happy that they had to spend that extra bit of change. They want to play it safe here or not. Looks like Na'Vi are kind of discussing that as they continue to move back and forth. But now it's their game. Maybe 19-7 in favor of EP, but Na'Vi are in control now. Over 7,500 net worth lead for them. There's the jump in. And, well, Axe goes down as is skewered back into the Na'Vi territory. Axe, that's a dieback for him. Funnick also getting on the action. We'll have to pull away here. Na'Vi just juking and jiving, moving out, and getting good shots in. They're jumping from Goblak. Very nice stun onto the Naga. Silence. Arcane Bolt will get down Goblak. Now with the Ghost Scepter pop, Funnick can't really do much damage to Skywrath Mage. Meanwhile, the Echo Slam on the Dendi. He's still going to be okay for now. And this is the time where Na'Vi are like, okay, we got to get the hell out of here. We don't have Jug, and we already lost Goblak. Let's just take what we got and leave.
Yeah, a little bit, I guess, a little bit surprised that Na'Vi went so boldly up onto the hill there. They were just hoping to rely on Dendi being fast enough to blink in and skewer out, even if there was a call on Havos, but does end up going down anyway. I don't know if, I guess maybe Vanscore had already used swap, or he just died way too quickly to be able to get it down there, but still alright. Like you said, they got the buyback out of Axe, so he's starting to slow down a little bit. Ember's still pretty much a non-factor, I would say, in this game, and for Na'Vi it's just word around, go grab a little bit more farm. They've got their RP and their BKBs back up now, so we may even just see them swing straight back into Radiant territory and keep looking for more. They saw that the Echo was used as well for no avail, so that's also a little bit of an opportunity for them.
Yeah, I was hoping for a big dunk, but without much substance around, it's not going to matter. Roche timer's actually going to be really short here, which works nicely for Na'Vi, I'd imagine, if they're able to scout it out in good time. Plus, there just happens to be a DD nearby, no big deal. Meanwhile, up and above, you can see it's going to be Goblak taken down. Now Funnick looks to get on in, but he's going to be called. Dust is going to be popped, and with his BKB in full force, he's not going to be able to purge off the Ghost Scepter right there. So Na'Vi gonna get caught. Oh, jump in. Vanscore is gonna go down. Nice pick right there. Earthshaker's able to pounce onto that one. And at the same time, Na'Vi do scout out the Roche and see it's up, so Havos goes right to work onto it with the assistance from Dendi and that extra bit of damage.
This Juggernaut DPS, my word.
My goodness.
Didn't even take the DD there, but just all of the agi with the Empower. It's just chopping through everything. So long as Na'Vi continue to be on point with these swaps and keeping him safe, Omnislash is guaranteed 1 or 2 kills in these fights, which is pretty scary if you're EP right now. LT has picked up a Ghost Scepter, so starting to pick up some more tools to help deal with it, but it's still pretty scary.
Funnick is stalking Fan, but Fan was just on the way out the second he showed himself, so he's not going to be able to catch up. I say that, and he blinks forward here, just getting as much damage as he can to force Fan back, and he will head the way out. Did he recently buy something here? Yes, he did. He's almost got his heart complete on the courier. So this Naga and her illusion is going to be a lot more durable. And that's the thing you can't always count out, is this Naga will get to that peaking point we've already seen once tonight. You can really have your hands full with that one. And Omni Slash isn't going to be so good when there's all these big, bad Naga illusions on the field.
Oh, Mantis being used. Can Na'Vi get this?
Oh, they want. He goes in. Oh! Vos immediately dashes down below. I gotta turn up the speed of my camera. I couldn't even catch up with that. His Omni Slash able to finish off Naga, and now with that, they can parade on forward. It got a full minute left before Naga even comes out with her recent heart purchases. She has no buyback, so Na'Vi can now pressure into the base and maybe do some serious damage on this mid-tier 3, if not take it. Oh, jump in from Max, trying to slow them down, gets the call, and the Havos brings him back, but the swap going to be there from Vanscore is going to save him for now. And now, Mystics are going to be dropped, but not going to be offering a whole lot. So your tier 3 goes down. Your racks could be going down here. Team Pacemaker are going to be pretty wounded here inside the base. 20 more seconds. Havos not done yet. Goes right for the tier 3. Quickly need to clear out the waves. There's going to be 2. Jumping again. Luffy going to get immediately sheeped from Goblak. The dunk not quite there. Axe needs to get the hell on out. Havos is still fine. And mind you, he has that Aegis, which will be popped at that notice. And I think with that, Na'Vi, maybe second guess, going for the commitment. No, Funnick wants to finish what they started. Goes in with his BKB, but the call's still going to catch him. But the BKB is going to save him for the bit of return damage on that Blade Mail. Couldn't finish off that tier 3. Na'Vi trying to get away. EP trying to get someone before they get out. That Fissure will help out in securing the kill on the support Vanscore. And Na'Vi will end up leaving, finally. Losing only 1, but taking down the mid lane. And doing some nice damage under the bottom tier 3.
Yeah, really clean retreat. Lose Vanscore, but really no big deal. And EP just kind of getting whittled away at, really, by Na'Vi. I saw the Radiance timing, I saw how well Axe was doing, and I thought that EP were really going to be able to snowball this one out, but Na'Vi kind of clawing their way back bit by bit, and Funnick keeping up the non-stop pressure with this Clinks.
Sentry pop, so they knew he was there. With that Ghost Scepter, Skywrath's going to be fine, but they want to add the pressure down here while they can. While they have the opening to kind of take it to the base and hurdle most of EP into their own base. This will prevent anyone else from getting outside the base with the exception of Naga. So their farm becomes quickly restricted, but they make a nice jump on the Funnick. He was scouted out. Down to half-life now, going to be okay as he pops his BKB, but the net can still lock him in place. Havos right there. Finger out, but not going to be catching a lot. I might hit a creep there. Now it's going to be the RP return. Luffy still good. Omni goes all the way out, but doesn't finish anyone off. Now it's Na'Vi going down. Goblak already drops. Havos going to be in trouble. Swap back save from Vanscore. Havos, she's eaten. He's getting the hell out of there. He's okay for now. But on the back end side, they're going to try to get a hold of and finish off Vanscore. They will. That is a big defense right there for Energy Pacemakers. My God. Na'Vi could not quite get in there and get it done, and that all led off with Funnick getting caught out right there on the side, and things went crazy real quick.
Yeah, Na'Vi really didn't want to take that fight. As Funnick was getting jumped, Vanscore was only just landing from his TP on the bottom tier 1, and as we've seen, good swaps have been absolutely instrumental. He got there in the end to get Havos down and let him cheese up and live, but it's not the way that they were, didn't want the Vengeful Spirit to turn up at the last second, really wanted him there ready to swap Funnick or swap whoever else got called in the midst of that fight, so. Oh, EP still hold. Naga, I feel like her micro this game has been a little bit underwhelming. I do think that she should have, a little bit more farm than she does currently, but at least starting to hit some decent items and starting to get a little bit scarier, so I think EP's still in with a chance. There's still that tier 2 top as well, which is on full HP, so it's not going to be an easy mega creeps for Na'Vi if they just win this next fight.
Yeah, being able to control the Naga is a fine art in itself, but being able to master it is a totally different story. See these illusions already being able to scout out Na'Vi on the way out. Maybe they consider just pushing out these lanes a bit, creating some space towards the Roche pit for the next Roche to come up, have that Aegis, and then make another hurdle towards the EP base. And for EP, they continue to stall out as Naga brings in more and more farm. Has about 2k for herself after completing out that heart, but might need to consider reserving the buyback this time instead of just kind of splurging on a bit of extra items here. But we'll see. The high ground defense, though, has been something pretty special from EP this game. It's not like Na'Vi have really been able to kind of force themselves into the base with an Echo Slam waiting on the back lines, constant sleight of fist coming out from Luffy. They may not hit hard yet, but they still add up, and being able to clear out the creeps. And also, you got to consider Axe, who's able to jump in at a moment's notice, regardless if you have BKB or not. I think EP have a really good defense, and they play it solid. This game is not going to be as easy for Na'Vi as they might think.
Yeah, they've still got a lot of scaling. I was talking about the Ember Spirit being a non-factor earlier, but he's got his Battle Fury and 3k gold now, so he's starting to get a little bit more scary. Both teams have picked up gems, so the map's going to start getting a little bit dark, and this is where random pickoffs can happen, and the game could very quickly swing one way or the other. So we've got both teams playing pretty conservatively at the moment. Even Vanscore is just hiding in trees, top lane, making sure that he doesn't get picked off.
You see for now, most of Energy Pacemaker just kind of congregated back and behind to see what the movement's going to be from Na'Vi, but they're still in the dark as Na'Vi have pulled back. Naga will continue to farm on up. Vanscore kind of just, you know, chilling still in the top lane, scouting out and seeing, I guess, if anyone is to show up. But a lot of timid play here, and it looks like Na'Vi are going to play it more slow and wait for the Roche to come up, which we'll know our timer in a moment's notice, but be a big grab for them. Could end up just being a big fight overall if EP won't even consider contesting a Roche at this point. But we have Goblak actually waiting over here on the side. He's got to be careful here. He does have a TP, but well, he's actually waiting as the rest of Na'Vi look to come in for a flank. They see Skywrath Mage, he'll walk away. As they lock him in place, he pulls out the Blade Fury. There's going to be the jump in. The Echo as Funnick comes out, but Stun connects on two, and they immediately blow up Goblak with the Mystic Flare, and now Vavos looking to open up on the Luffy, who pops his Ghost Scepter. And meanwhile, back and below, as they finish him off, Dendy catches one, but now the BKB ends. He gets songed up, and Fan, desperate, hopefully, to try to get away, pulls out the Manhook, can't do good enough damage. The gem hits the deck, and Na'Vi clean out all 5 of Energy Pacemaker and will trot themselves down the bottom lane. Fortunately, not the fight they wanted, and now the buybacks will begin to trickle out here from EP.
Do they have a... The Axe buyback is the important one, and they don't have it. So Na'Vi just going straight in.
25 seconds before Axe will be able to come back into this living world and try to slow down this push, but Funnick will finish off that tier 3 from the low ground, and oh my god, the damage. Chop, chop, chop! See you later, X. Quick work right there for Havost. And now 2 racks down. EP with a Naga. Maybe still feel like they can hold on at this point, but it's looking pretty damn good. Na'Vi now can walk away with over a 12k net worth lead and right towards the Roche pit if they want to, as they got to feel pretty confident about being able to take a team fight at this point. And now they'll have the Aegis when they want to go for the final set of racks.
Funnick also has a Daedalus, his damage is also getting pretty out of control, and EP, no vision, no information, and no time to get to Roshan either, as Vavost and Funnick bring it down in a matter of seconds. Even just gonna leave the cheese there. Why not?
Who cares?
Nobody's
we'll
got
leave it there at the pit stop. And by the time they go like, look, guys, we should smoke, Roche was dead.
Yep.
Let's smoke and go. Oh, it's done. All right, well, maybe we can catch someone being aggressive and farming our woods. Well, fortunately, Na'Vi not playing that reckless quite yet, and Dendy's like, I'm going to take the cheese. I'm going to leave a bunch of litter and crap here, even a gem for Roche, but we're done. And they continue to go aggressive with this smoke play, though, to ZP. Actually got pretty close to Havos, but couldn't quite catch up. They actually managed to scout out Dendy, who's going to be forced to pull out the BKB, but he skewers on away, even over that net. And they'll be fine. So EP can't find their pick quite yet. Now scrambling to make something happen. They pop their drums, they move in and get Godlike. Ah, it's something. As they take down that Lion support. They do have a bit of a push here in the mid lane. Let's see what kind of go they can make here. Still a strong defense here as Dendy does have the RP, but they will not have Lion. What was that? Bring back Echo Slam, even on the Funnick by his lonesome. BKB as he tries to quickly rip down Axe and now goes for Skywrath Mage. It's Havost able to separate this fight so far. Back and behind, he's able to take out Luffy. Now he's going to get caught out. Jump in. Now, 2 doesn't make the blink happen on Havost, so he's going to be fine. And here comes the rest of Na'Vi. That missed execution is going to cost them this fight. And now Havost gets his own double kill. And the lone support survivors scramble their way back home. As Na'Vi at this point could either, well, just, I guess, finish what they started. Go right back towards the base. Why not, right? Very big fight for them. Almost looked like a good opportunity for EP, but they couldn't quite get it.
EP were just in full panic mode there. They're like, oh, we didn't get the Magnus. We missed the call. Okay, kill the Lion. Okay, we're all standing in front of the enemy base. And then just for some reason decided to stick around and see if they could get some damage done on the tier 3 when Na'Vi had just taken Roshan. Like, bottom lane was pushing in the entire time. They had absolutely no business in being there, but got a little bit flustered at the end and Na'Vi wrapped it up. So